over his pages. Well, that's what's going on when I get to class. This page.
Too much.
And it gives him the strength to write through himself. Check out thegorillapress.com because you need it in your life to be a happy citizen. Jason Schenheit, everybody.
Since there's a lovely crowd, I've been writing this long poem in class, and today I finally typed it up, and it was 18 pages long, and so I'm going to read it. But it's like little pages, not like full pages.
So the baby hasn't grown?
Yeah, so it hasn't grown too much. This is a long poem called MC About. Just a couple brothers at the Triple Rock. The twins are beautiful this evening, the twinkle before the snowing. If love is pride, I'm a lion, a fierceness of wakeful sleep. Give me the decline to know I'm real, to know extensive exists. Most of these stupid people, my brother goes on, we all know, those that breathe through their mouths because the fat has choked anything too skinny to fit in a life sentence. Eyes cut out the fractals, and I'm sitting on a green gun, toting time, creating thoughts. Gotta give something to H.G. Wells and his fall of humanity. I could be scanned into databases, alien fingers lightly touching from foot to neck, nerve tests of a compact bundle. I have become lousy in my resistance, mostly to Riverside Apartments, the French modernist building in the sky. I'm losing the way my parents want me to be, strapped with cash, paying taxes, living L-I-V-I-N. To be this person that cares, this new American, one who pays it forward. But what do I know at 32? This is the prequel for those fucktards that think they know. I say welcome to your pensions and well-lived lives. If you think this is that or it's what is what. It really means the future has called in a favor to an asteroid. It means the future complains about lost cell phones. It means the future of Earth is a window feature product of Manet. It's like we never knew fiction, most of all me, and all the leftovers have gone warm in a broken icebox that I use as a repurposed fridge. Our last given breaths will be filled with CS. Our last return to normal will be the first lecture of cannibalism. And why? Tell me. Maybe celebrate the ones who make it through the cracks instead of hovering over those who fell in. To my friends that make it, I'll have to owe a thought. I owe this a drinker's life. Did you ever think that I would, like the Vietnam remake, would ever change anything? I'm a sucker for tonight, for the years that pass by, give a solemn hello and look towards the door. Where's the work I was born to do? The first time I was called a sucker to my face was outside John's Steakhouse off of Ellis. What the fuck? The grayish man called me the N-word, ending with an A, and the gray young man in a Nike t-shirt said I had to listen. I was too much of a slave. He said, listen to me, S-L-V-E, S-L-A-V-E. Away at anything I can understand. Later that night, I fooled myself looking for a rock and got mine outside Werner's Liquors for $20. I got what I wanted. The gray man was right. Slave. I know what a sucker is, even maybe a slave, the base terms, catch and release. Maybe I thought I gave a damn in a dream once about my lungs, kidneys, and heart, a life in abort. Maybe I gave a damn about capital means, gains, and savings. We all need to have this to occupy mortgages, right? Not only in the moment, but in this time. Fuck the rich. Robin Hood the Muni, Robin Hood your love towards self, Robin Hood home goods for those in micro apartments. We are never home at this age. Earth is the Rome as home is the earth. Where are you at? Are all the Robin Hoods dead? No more arrows to sling, no more damsels to impress, no more not in HD. Give me this daily script, its membership dues and wings for travel. This is the best as it can be. Winter to summer, where you at? Where is the complexion I've been looking for of human thought? Or maybe how? Been starting to hear to watch out for mine, to watch out for my melanin, but these ties to blood are causing low quality faxers to be fact. Skills weren't for listening. Here we go, last of the first. This is the sanctuary for finches and burning graves, and it continues to go on. I'm out. I'm giving no shits. I'm turning in my badge. Not because this is a message of the people, but more of the omen for the people, chasing insurance, life, home, auto, gun, a chasing of benefactors. I'm looking for a newish diploma, a look at me and look at me go. Look at us go. Look at them run. Look at the desert settling. Look at these fit financial markets. Look at these tear suckers. Look at the shit we're stirring. Look at the ears and mouths of others. Care more than a message, the last remark and regret. Keeping up with the next is a banner worthy life, right? Senators see the dollar signs and shit jamming to keep it cheap, saying sorry for the advice. You're looking for a podcast and on the FM dial, only slightly removed if not for fingers. I'm the AM, just trying to keep sane next to an open window. My last go fuck will be a smoke session at the end of the world as the Himalayas fall and K2 becomes a hill. Without giving my last breath, I will pass out into the face of the comment, and its Spotify station will carry me home. Give me one reason to stay here. I'll give you myself, if then to nothing and loving it, and it will have nothing to do with the bills that need to get paid. I'm a break ready given, already shortened, already underfunded, already taken to this or that, already one to many maybes. Maybe Trayvon could have used stand your ground to get out of jail if he shot Zimmerman. Got out of that jail, get that get out of jail free card, the Monopoly man being of the same melanin code. I wish we just got it, like the future isn't so bad. Let's talk about fights, about the shining of fools, about putting things forth. I have nothing to hate, therefore nothing to choke on. Fuck the urge. Fuck Mercedes drivers. They can't afford it, even though their credit ratings say so. Remember, you're an asshole when you're a prick. You're what they name you. You're what you've morphed to. Fuck the white blood flowing through my veins. It gets me everywhere. Shoot my eyes out when you get a chance, because the mirrors are vexing places. I'm a new type of monster, one that doesn't wait, or leap, or bite. Instead, I engrave monikers and templates for billboards and billiards and marble statues that salute three not of a kind. And well thought, I won't remember. I'm trying to write this down before the drinking takes my thoughts. I won't remember. The boring, however, are the worst. Along with the meek, the semi-bride, high on her last night. Look at us so round for round. Happy to be me inside her for the night. It was all post-vacancy. Hating ourselves for headaches and pangs in the morning, but not for what we might have caused. More like the rapture of beatniks, of a way of life outside monetary relapses, life after the flashes of Nippon. Elliot's Ashland paved over in a Joni Mitchell song. The difference between the world turning to ash before one's eyes and being born into it because you're used to what you're used to. Imagine an old house being painted and repainted daily. I'm a savage for installation to simulate a shooting victim within a safe virtual state. A list of names no less an evolution of stories of boredom around a campfire. The modern advance falls prey to becoming boring at some point. The brain will look like a brain, but the skull will be shrinking. And our brains fold in on themselves, and we are becoming nano, taking on a hard drive stimulation, unlike hiring prostitutes to have our babies. Competing men waging their sperms against each other within a hooker's womb. I can only imagine how beautiful you really are through the reflection in your window. A simple waste of time, a taste of things just came. Us again, them again. Results vary, the gin of mistakes. A simple task of isolation, and I'm smoking my 100,000th cigarette and then think of my 100,000th and one. Ashes to ashes from cartons in Virginia. Us again, them again. Results vary, the grin of mistakes. The more I think about, I'm writing myself into starvation. Don't think about quenching, think reciprocity. Don't think that kind, think having to. Don't think of the sun until it's setting. The more I think, the more I dissolve like sugar in water, the diabetic shock of it. Don't think of too sweet, think not sweet enough. Don't think too silent, think about whispers. Don't think of for sanctum, think about getting out alive. The road at night is covered by the moon and the occasional trucker, pumping diesel and aneurysm from Nirvana. The striking chords, a pre-melody of suicide. A tell-all is only as good as the person telling. We will always be slaves to rumor of which tongues always sway, left to right cheek, a demeanor of the chivalrous. We all jump differently, why wouldn't we write? If you never take yourself seriously, would be like people thinking the statue of David was better as a full block of marble. Art is always framed by something, wanting to be seen inside a fledgling master. As if Jesus worked at a telemarketing firm and did as great a job with people, would that company love him or kill him? If Jesus texted you on your new 5S from the past and the BC, would that change things, or would the number come up blocked? I'd hit the kill button for sure. Let's talk about loneliness, about the cannibal living in my social apex, about the termites eating through my liver, but only in one way. A perception of a photo only giving the same 1,000 words. Is loneliness a repression of just a fallacy? Is loneliness a repression or just a fallacy of masturbation? People helping themselves the consequences of me. I long for, and that's it, a longing, a funeral of society, a killing to be made. I long for the non-Western world, or a place outside of Rome, outside of pause, outside of livings. My loneliness is a slaughtering voice for the languishing ear. Remember, in the end, it's not a stomach button. We're all about popularity, like puking off a bridge is the cool thing to do. It's the pinnacle of education. Me, I write to get drunk and wouldn't have it any other way, no matter if Baudelaire cared or not, from his 1821 simpler time. There are 4 known ends. Take the compass, take the antipode of line 1, take the static moon as spinning into us, take the most important type of poetry you write. Plato in Latin means bulky, like no neck, beefcake. And if I repeat myself, that means it's important, and then read it like I haven't written it. I live in a relapse in a continuous cycle. I live in a hog's day. I live in Ebert's dead brain. I live in root on a clover on-off ramp, and that's just connected to itself. Connected exits. I live in the reverb, a second's worth of speaker bump. I live in the reboot, an F7 or F10 or F12. I live in the rebirth that still keeps America guessing. I live in another universe and beam my Cinder and bank account information to Earth via the Hubble. Read a court transcript and then finish my sentences for me. We all do it. Literature is an artificial language. We all do it. The French invaded everyone, especially the Kentish. Some of it was going to seep in. We all do it. What's harder to read, the smaller words of French or the larger words of German? Then I ask, what is voice? Does it have to do with style? Swag? Is it how people know your death? Give me 5 words in the Inuit language. It's racist anyway, that title like the Inuit pit. Look up plural in the dictionary. Come back to it later. If someone leaves in on an airplane with 5 hours of gas and 6 hours, that plane will be somewhere. Literacy was different back in the day. Back when Edwards and Elizabeths flirted with leaves of grass and hilt knees. In English, nearly all of our nouns are one syllable. When I saw my friend's unfaithful wife coming, it can go either way. We all do it. Write a poem as yourself, but then think as the opposite, like a woman, like a rich bastard, like an honest person. We all do it. It can go either way. Thank you.